Australia Day, 1966.3 Kids walk to the beach alone, just like always, they never come home. Nearly 60 years later, nobody knows what happened to them. Adelaide, South Australia. January 26, 1966, Australia Day. It was a scorching summer morning, and 9-year-old Jane Beaumont asked her mother if she could take her younger siblings, 7-year-old Arnna and 4-year-old Grant, to Glenelg Beach, just a short bus ride from home. This wasn't unusual. Jane already knew the local bus routes by heart, and the children had made this same trip alone before, always returning safely by early afternoon. Their mother, Nancy, agreed, expecting them home around lunchtime, just like every other time. The children arrived at the crowded beach and spent the morning playing in the sun, just like hundreds of other families that day. But as the hours passed, and lunchtime came and went, the Beaumont children didn't come home. At first, their parents weren't overly alarmed. The kids had occasionally stayed out a little later before. But as the afternoon stretched on with no sign of them, worry turned into panic. By evening, Jim and Nancy Beaumont realized something was seriously wrong. Their 3 children had vanished. As police began investigating, witnesses came forward with a chilling detail. Multiple people at the beach that morning recalled seeing the 3 Beaumont children playing freely with a tall, slim man in his 30s or 40s, with a tan complexion and blonde hair. Witnesses said the children seemed completely comfortable around him, playing games together for nearly an hour, as if they already knew him. Later that day, a shopkeeper reported that Jane had come in and paid for items using a £1 note, money her mother swore she never gave her that morning. This detail became one of the most haunting parts of the entire case. Where did a 9-year-old girl get that money? And why were 3 young children so relaxed around a grown man they had just met on a public beach? Investigators launched what became, at the time, the largest search operation in South Australian history. Police, volunteers, and even the local community combed beaches, parks, and drainage systems for days. But there was no trace of the children anywhere. No bodies. No clothing. No definitive physical evidence at all. As weeks turned into months with no answers, the case exploded into a national obsession. Reported sightings poured in from across Australia, and eventually from overseas as well. Some claimed to have seen the children living with a mysterious family. Others swore they'd spotted them years later as adults, still recognizable from childhood photos. None of these leads were ever confirmed. In a strange twist, a Dutch psychic named Gerard Croiset was flown to Australia in 1966 by a wealthy businessman convinced psychic visions could solve the case. Croiset claimed the children were buried beneath the floor of an old brick factory. In 1967, with public donations funding the effort, investigators excavated the factory floor on live television, with the entire nation watching. They found absolutely nothing. It was a devastating blow to a public desperate for closure. But this wouldn't be the last time that same factory came under suspicion. Decades later, in 2013, 2 brothers came forward claiming the factory's owner, a man named Harry Phipps, had asked them to dig a mysterious ditch on his property on the very day the Beaumont children disappeared. Phipps had died years earlier, but his own son later made a shocking claim, revealing that his father had abused him as a child, and that he personally believed his father may have been involved in the children's disappearance. Investigators excavated the property again in 2013, and once more in 2018. Both times, they found only non-human bones. No definitive link to Phipps was ever proven, and the theory, like so many others in this case, remains unresolved. Over the decades, several other suspects emerged. Convicted child killer Derek Percy, already linked to multiple other child murders across Australia, was investigated for a possible connection, though nothing concrete ever tied him to the Beaumont case before his death in 2013. Serial killer Bevan Von Einem, convicted in Adelaide's notorious family murders, was also scrutinized for years, given his history of targeting young victims in the same city, though again, no solid evidence ever confirmed his involvement. Even a man living in Cambodia was questioned by Adelaide detectives in 2017, after a child's diary from 1966 surfaced, allegedly placing him near Glenelg Beach on the day the children vanished. He denied any involvement, and police were never able to build a case against him either. Every lead, every suspect, every theory, has followed the same painful pattern for nearly 60 years, suspicion without proof, and questions without answers. Today, the disappearance of Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont remains Australia's longest-running missing persons case, and one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries in the country's history. Their mother, Nancy, passed away in 2019, still without ever learning what happened to her children. The South Australian government continues to offer a $1 million reward for information. Somewhere, someone may still know the truth about what happened that summer morning in 1966. But for now, 3 children who simply walked to the beach have never come home, and the world is still waiting for an answer.